أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا Muhammad وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, as for what follows, we give all praises to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah to exalt our Master Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We ask him to grant abundant peace to his companions and his family, all of them, all together. And we ask that Allah bless all the righteous people who follow them until the day of rising. Alhamdulillah, it is an honor to be here. We're here in New Bern, North Carolina, in Craven County, the site or the place where we will be soon establishing the Medina Village. Inshallah, we have here with us Shaykh Hassan Al-Furooq, one of the elder members of the Murabitun of the Americas, and one of the elder members of the Muslim community in America. So inshallah, I'm going to give a few questions to Shaykh Hassan regarding his journey of Islam in America. Shaykh Hassan, the first thing I want you to do is kind of like introduce yourself to the people and kind of tell them, where you took Shahada and your journey in Islam. Give us a brief synopsis of your journey in Islam, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I began by introducing myself again, Shaykh Hassan Ali. I've been with the Murabitun movement for almost 20 years now, and I'm here with the brothers in New Bern, North Carolina, where we hope, inshallah, or not hope, we will, inshallah, establish that Medina, a place where Muslims can come live a Muslim life in comfort under the deen of Islam.
Alhamdulillah. Could you give us like a kind of brief history of what led up to you eventually joining the Murabitun?
Well, one of the things that led me first was my institution to the Shaykh of the Murabitun, Shaykh of the Murabit, when he came to America on a visit. And what impressed me most was his his behavior. I can see the new Muhammad in this particular man. So I told him that I'd like to become a part of his group, and he told me to come to Tucson, Arizona, and I went to Tucson, Arizona. I stayed there for about 2 weeks, and then we came back to Atlanta, where I was living, and the whole community followed me back to Atlanta, and we stayed there for a couple of years and moved on to San Antonio, Texas after that.
When you were in San Antonio, Texas, what was the name of the place and what was the nature of you being there?
In San Antonio, Texas, there was a place called Dal Hikmah and Dal Vedodin.
Okay.
Dal Hikmah was about 30 miles outside of San Antonio, Texas, in a town called Blanco, Texas. There we had a 300-acre ranch where they established a madrasa, built a mosque there, and went on for a couple of years before everybody moved on to do other things and doing dawah.
Then after Beituddin, where did your travels with the Murabitun, your journey take you again?
Well, my journey took me then back to my original hometown, which was Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. And there we established the Fajr very strong in the mosque in the morning. And later on, the things just got out of hand. A lot of uncertainty about where we were going with this. So eventually that kind of dissipated, and I stayed there and attended the Islamic Center and worked with a few Murabitun brothers there.
So at what stage of your growth and development in the Murabitun did you come in contact with Sheikh City Abdullah Power?
City of Delaware Power, I
Rahim.
came into him with him, but before the Islamic Party, we used to gather at a house, and we had two brothers from Somalia who was teaching us Islam, and City was like a big brother to me. Although I was older than him, he took me under his wing, taught me things about the Murabitun, and later on, that's when I decided to travel to Tucson, Arizona, meet the Shaykh, and stay in Kawa, not in Kawa, but in the Zawiya there for a couple of weeks. There's a lot of things, good things I could say about the man, because I loved him, and I knew that he was a man of Allah.
So tell us about when the Murabitun in the early 90s gathered in Charleston, South Carolina.
We gathered, and brothers came from all over the country. I guess we got to be about 50 or 60 or 70 brothers. We opened a ribat on Rutledge Avenue, which was in the downtown historical area of Charleston, South Carolina. And we commenced to practice the Deen of Islam, and stay together and pray together, ate together, fast together, and later on, everybody kind of dispersed and went back different ways. Only a few of us stayed in Charleston. Myself, City of Delaware. I can name a few other brothers that are not on the top of my head right now. And so we stayed there, and I am still in the Charleston area. I'm a merchant in the city market there.
Tell me, Sheikh Hassan, what is it about the teaching of Sheikh Abdul al-Sufi that you think can really, really help us have an impact on the Muslims in America?
What I would say to the teaching, not only teachers was not just only the inward, but the outward, shouted and hakika. The two had to be joined together. And this is what I've seen in the Murabitun movement, that they combined the two. And Shaykh was saying that you can't have a clean Islam in a dirty world. You have to work to change your environment and change where you are to a better condition and establish your deen wherever you are. That was one of the most important things about the teachings that I like.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah. One of the reasons and one of the importance of what we're doing today is that we have to begin to honor our elders, honor our pioneers, honor the people and the men and women who came before us, who sacrificed their lives, sacrificed their wealth, sacrificed their time, in order that we may have some of the things that we have, or some of the opportunities that we have today to establish Islam. It's because of this man and Sheikh City of Delaware Power and Sheikh Bilal Mansour that inspired myself, City Lakim, and all of the brothers, and the men and women that are participating now in the establishment of the Islamic Medina village, and not just the village, but the establishment of the Islamic gold dinar and the Islamic silver dirham in America. It is because of their work that we were able to accomplish that. We didn't just do it. We built upon a foundation for which these men and women laid before us. and they built upon the foundation of men and women who laid it before them, and this is, and Shaykh Hassan is a fine example of the Islamic tradition. Shaykh Hassan has 17 children, all Muslim. He has 30 grandchildren, all Muslim. You see, so he has established a tradition of Islam, of not just Islam, but Islam where it changed the lives of his family. It changed his life. Islam took this man from Baltimore, Maryland, to Europe, to other places all throughout the world that he may have never seen if he hadn't accepted Islam. And the same thing for his children and his family. And this is what Islam is. Islam transforms the situation with a human being, and it takes the human being to the highest possibility. You see, and Shaykh Hassan is a living example of this. And inshallah, by Allah, we praise Allah with every kind of praise, and we thank Him for allowing us to have a connection with Shaykh Hassan, and for him to transmit to us the ilm and the wisdom and the Nuri Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed him with. Thank you, inshallah.